Friends, in this video, we are going to talk on the topic 2021, the year that was. We still have 1 week to go in 2021, but it's still a good time to take stock. At the beginning of the year, how many of us thought that this year would be as spectacular as it turned out to be? I, for one, certainly didn't think that it would be such a spectacular investment year. We saw almost a one-way rise in parts of the market. It was unrelenting until September, October. And the last quarter has seen the ice thaw, melt and flow all the way down. So we have seen euphoria building up for a good part of the year, and then direction changed and we have seen companies lose a significant part of what they gained during the year. Nevertheless, even providing for the sharp decline we have seen over the last 90 days, this year has still been a spectacular year for equity investing. I am not so sure that we would have another year like this year anytime soon. So, in that sense, we should all feel extremely happy that we have had such a spectacular year as equity investors. So, what do you do when you have had such a spectacular year in parts of the market? In fact, we have had it in several parts of the market. So, what should you do? The first thing that one should do is reduce the risk levels in your portfolio in parts of the market which have performed. If you have sectors trading at multiples way above their historic past, you must reduce the risk in your portfolio that could be contributed by these overvalued sectors and stocks. So you should pare down those positions. What should you do on the buy side? Everybody is looking at what to buy, right? On the buy side, you should understand that every year something new becomes the flavor. So next year, probably some parts of the market which are out of favor today may become the in thing. So you need to identify which are those parts of the market and take some profits from the super performing parts of the market and put it in those parts of the market. So you would at least initiate positions in the beaten parts of the market. When I say beaten parts of the market, it's more to do with auto and some specific areas like PSUs, defense, and some parts of the market which are still at reasonable valuations. What should you do with commodities? Commodities have had a very good year in 2021. Commodity stocks have done extremely well. Though there has been a sharp correction in the past 90 days, they still are trading well above where they began the year. So it's been a great year for them. In 2021, the balance sheets of commodity companies have got a lot of stress taken off. They paid off so much of debts and they look with the lowest leverage in a very long time. Commodity companies have the lowest borrowings in a very long time, and that's a place which they probably did not think they would get so easily to. They have got there. Effectively, next year the commodity company balance sheets will probably go to an even better place. Now nobody knows how market will interpret this, but we can say with a reasonable degree of certainty that the balance sheets of commodity companies will look even better same time next year. So their profitability may change, but still their ability to pay off more debt and become lighter is only on the rise, and that will be very, very visible in evidence. So from a balance sheet perspective, commodity companies will be in a better place next year. But how is the market going to infer and interpret these healthier balance sheets? Is the market going to give a better valuation next year, or is the market going to start assuming that in 2023 or after the balance sheets will again start becoming heavier? That is a question that will be answered in 2022. As an investor, you need to decide what stance you are going to take on how Mr. Market will interpret these businesses. So it's up to you to either think just like Mr. Market, or think contrarian to Mr. Market, or try to preempt and anticipate how Mr. Market will interpret these companies. So that opportunity is before us. The spectacular performers of 2021, like chemicals, APIs, platforms, exchanges, fintechs, so many small companies which got bumped up this year like never before. What should you do? I believe that these businesses have probably taken in a lot of future performance into their valuations in 2021. What would this mean? This would mean that the markets have discounted the future in 2021. So, even if these companies do well in 2022, I am not so sure that these valuations which we have seen in 2021 will once again repeat. The multiples are certain to soften, and if earnings softens, then the valuations can contract significantly. So that's a difficult guess as to how it will happen, but to my mind it can go into a very difficult place. So that probability is still very wide open. So that is something you need to factor in. You need to keep it in mind when you look at these parts of the market. Within indices, I see churn happening. We are already seeing that the churn in tech has happened within the Nifty. Tech weightage has gone up significantly. Reports suggest that Reliance weightage is again going up. Financials are probably going to see some softening in their weightage in 2022, so they could become more moderated in their Nifty impact. So financials which have enjoyed a very strong position within the Nifty might see that position becoming a little soft. I am not saying they will become weak, but that position can become a little soft, which means that other sectors will be getting some more weightage. So all in all, 2021 was a very generous year. Everybody had something good to reminisce. Everybody saw success in their portfolios, especially those who have come to the market and are experiencing a bull market for the first time, have had a splendid phase. When you have a splendid phase like 2021, you need to take stock, you need to become a little bit cautious, you need to bring in that caution into your investing and ensure that the next year you are able to sustain whatever success you have had in the previous year. You are able to safeguard your profits and you are able to gradually buy newer ideas which will continue to drive your portfolio higher. So the challenge is retaining the success, protecting the profits and deploying capital smartly to create future profits. So in that sense, 2021 sets us up for a very different year where we would certainly be challenged and we need to rise to face and conquer the challenge. It's not going to be as easy as 2021. So 2022 will probably call for a lot more effort from us as investors. So in that sense, looking back, 2021 was a very kind year. 2022 may not be all that kind, but having had the kind of success we had in 2021, it makes sense for us to build on that success, work very hard to retain whatever good things have happened in our portfolios and to grow into better investors in 2022. We'd love to have you along with us in this journey and look forward to enjoying 2022 along with you. Thank you.